The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Coming out with it, it's Knowles. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Comes that Alabama offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run it out of the shotgun. There he goes! He's at the top, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And he puts through the extra point. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Santos. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking downfield on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
On the ground, it's Fox. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Byrne. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He'll keep it on the sneak. Territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Trying to get it to the marker. Hard running there. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
4th and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a 1st down like they did there.
Looking for room. It's Fox.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Got his man down the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff to the single running back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the 1st quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. They have had the ball for a week and a half. Play number 10 coming up. Leaves it with the running back. Got the 1st down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Gators will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Handoff to the fullback. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down, but when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Back's got it. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution, running and throwing the football? Wow.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 10 over Army. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Leaves it with the back. Give him 88 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Give to the running back. Runs through the tackle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Really good-looking run. You think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent.
Turning it on! They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been humming.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. But it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Fires on the move. He makes a catch. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone. It's Santos. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Motion from the wideout. They'll start this drive going to the air. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Running through contact. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those center.
Touchdown time! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Santos. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Byrne. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. Skips away from pressure. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man. It's Byrne. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Plays are going to break down, but that never seems to affect this quarterback. He's so athletic and so fast. He's able to avoid the pass rush, get himself on the perimeter, and now he's just using his God-given ability and his arm talent to make big-time throws.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Well, third and short on their own side of the field. They try to run and get it, but just not physical enough up front. Now it sets up fourth down.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. Fourth down in their own end. They go for it on the ground, and they pick it up.
They want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Reese. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this, and I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense work.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
The
Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's Cantrell. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Hauls it in. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Alabama pushing the tempo. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Lets it fly. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Swing it on 2nd down. Gonna let it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
He's down at the 25-yard line, waning moments of the first half. It is a 1st down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. This defense will try to keep everything in front. He wants to go deep. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the 2nd half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Santos. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. As we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll We'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a first.
On the run, it's Poe. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
They'll try to get outside. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive gain in the toss.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He's running free down the middle. And he's going to run all the way back. Touchdown, Bama!
The number one job in defending a quarterback is making him feel uncomfortable, physically hitting him. Nice job by the defense with the pressure, the hit on the quarterback, forces the INT, and then Oski. As soon as you catch that thing, everybody start blocking, get to the near sideline, take that thing back to the house.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. West Virginia is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in Morgantown. They're trailing by just...
Touchdown, Florida! The hidden yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Pulls and fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Cantrell. Keeps looking downfield. Hit as he throws. On target over the middle. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
It's caught. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack.
Well, this defense not only has speed, but they also play with great effort. And that time on the quarterback run, they were expecting it. Everybody was in position, but they did a phenomenal job in pursuit, making sure the only direction that guy was going was backward, running him out of bounds for a big loss.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. And it's picked off for the third time today. Trying to take it back. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Really tough on an offense. Third and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they turn it into a defensive score.
How oftentimes can you say that there's a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Santos. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Got it in the middle. It's Byrne.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time. And you saw all of it on that end right now.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Crosses to 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Catch in the middle, it's Byrne. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Gators will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter from this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Start this drive from the 18-yard line. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
And the defense holds. Or no pickup at all on that play. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to pass. It's Tyree. Moving out of the pocket. Fires to the middle. Got him, and nobody's close. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The give to the back. Got some room, heading to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Coming out with it, it's Santos. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Got the quick pass. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
It's hard to imagine that that's his first catch of this game so far. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, and they knew if they were going to win this game, he had to touch it a lot. They had to get him involved. They haven't been able to do that. That's a big reason why they're trailing by so much. Grabbed over the middle. It's Poe.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Santos. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just check downs or screens or swing routes or flat routes. This guy can get vertical. And he can all of a sudden start stressing defenses in the 2nd level. What a weapon it is to have this guy in your backfield.
They'll move the wide receiver. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this.
Breaks into the open. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here tonight.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Off the play fake. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge, and that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Puts it out of the air. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. The Gators sending the offense back to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Heaves it on the run. Wide open, he makes the catch. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now, 1st and 10 from the 25. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Gators!
The The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory. Sends it downfield. And here's the pick. And oh, did they need that right now. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
I definitely am trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back in an opportunity like this.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking a deep shot. Makes a grab on the shot. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Florida. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 7 over Kentucky. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll bring it out. It's Knowles. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Got the first down and more. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Line getting set on second down. Gives it on the option. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama needs just a few inches here on third down.
Get set, get set. Set hard. Ready, go.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10.
Check, check. Jackrabbit.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make make them use that timeout, run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Finds the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll leave it with him. There he goes! And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a butt punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone. It's Santos. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great. The home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.